Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Roottreemania. In the last episode, we ran into a few brick walls over here, and I think it might be time to make a start on Guy Hudson and just the absolute mess that he created. Now, I think the best place to start looking would be the company records. I read through them, however, I didn't do any highlighting. So let's see what we can find up in here. Because there was So yeah, so this is before Guy technically took control. Pretty even split of men and women working. Yeah, here we go. Now we have something. Your guy takes charge. Yeah, there was mention of AM. Were we able to put that? So yeah, unknown. Okay. Yeah, there was way back when. Way back when. I don't even know where this would be in my notes. Yeah, there was Christine Garland and her husband Steve. So I guess can we Christine Farrow? Yeah, no. Excuse me, I would like... Okay, we'll go back. Excuse me. Anything in the periodicals? I think... This was, yeah. Antonelli's is an Italian restaurant and it has been in Butler County times twice. The most recent times was when it was closed in 1992. This is another thing where I'm like, I feel if we had a newspaper in Boston, we could check if they did open up the restaurant. And that might give us something. But we don't have any... Yeah, that's Mideast. No. Boston is on the East Coast. It's not in the mid... You know what, just in case. Okay, good stuff, yeah. And then that's Miami, Florida, which is... Florida is not... It's all the way at the bottom. It's not near Boston. Just in case. Just in case. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's interesting. Beth Knox has also been. She's also no longer employed. Ooh, where do I want to put? Okay. The records. I'm gonna highlight that. Because I'm pretty sure this is one of the one of the affairs. From what I remember from before, this is one of the affairs. So yeah, I'm gonna make note of that so I remember her maiden name. Okay. 2 things here. Raffatoon's now listed as office staff. Good for you. Yeah, Christina's gone. Yeah, there are... Here's the thing, there are so many women being hired. Yeah, and that's the Elizabeth who was Christine's ma'am. That's it. Susan Ford was hired under a special category that only existed for 1 year. This was when stuff started being cancelled. Where's Butterscotch 1982. Is it gonna take you 3 years to develop a butterscotch flavour? I mean, it's not like butterscotch is butterscotch. It's an established flavour. And where was it? There was one. Shigwa. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but Shigwa. Because I'm pretty sure what was it? Grape? Can't remember you. Egg cream. Cinnamon extract. I can't remember you. Melon, I think. And then Miracle Berry. Elias named all his flavours after his kids. Guy doesn't strike me as a particularly creative individual. He really doesn't. I could see him. Actually, that's a good point. Sugar Plum is 20 a month. Theoretically, I'm thinking if someone had twins, so that would be so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But some of these might. I'm thinking, because this is the only one where the marriage has remained intact. I'm wondering if this person maybe thinks, oh yeah, these are my kids. These are my kids. Oh, that one's just like got really bright red hair. We don't question it. Like, oh, maybe my grandmother was a redhead, like whatever, like it's whatever. Those are my kids, and maybe the marriage remained intact. Whereas this one was like, why are these twins so redheaded? Why are these twins so redheaded, like your former boss? I'm a divorce your ass. I'm thinking one of these is a set of twins and then the other is just like, oh yeah, it's totally your kid, let's have another. It's totally your kid, let's have another. I'll just take this secret to my grave. Or maybe they didn't get, maybe they knew, yeah, you've had a redheaded kid and your boss is a redhead. I'm not stupid, but like, I don't give a shit. I want to be a father. I don't care about blood. I'm happy to raise this child as my child. Like, maybe it's a good person. Maybe it's someone who's really forgiving and accepting. Far more accepting than I would be in that situation. But still, considering this is the only one where the couple haven't divorced, I'm thinking these are siblings. I'm thinking these are twins. But where is the stuff? Yeah, I'm... Oh, If Guy is copying Elias, S, X, B, C, no D. Then again, I have my suspicions. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I find it very suspect that you have this connection to the foster care system in Portland, where, you know, that's also where Ruby Spratt, the lawyer who's doing all of the DNA testing, she's also from the foster care system in Portland. Suspicious. I have my concerns about whether or not that DNA test was right. But if Guy is doing the Elias thing of I'm gonna name my flavors after my kids, that is another nail in the is David actually a root tree? Was that DNA test right? There's that Susan Ford name again. Can we look you up? God damn it. See, that seems suspicious to me. Oh, interpreter. Okay. Interesting. And that was something I wanted to look up. What is this? The Grandorf School for the Deaf, formerly Grandorf Dove, is located about an hour from where the Roottreemania offices used to be in Butler County, but it serves much of that part of Pennsylvania and nearby Ohio. According to their website, it was formerly named Grandorf Dove from 1923 to 1990 because Grandorf was the last name of the founder and Dove is the Danish word for deaf. The founder had issues with government translators, leading to an odd transcription issue. In 1990, it was renamed to better represent the school's purpose and to correct the embarrassing lack of effort and awareness demonstrated by the government officials in those early days. The staff is listed on the website. You scan through all of the biographies and find that the principal Miss Ford is fluent in 5 languages, including ASL, American Sign Language. She has been working at the school for over 15 years. Miss Ford's bio also mentions that she's not deaf herself, but rather learned sign language to communicate with the deaf. It mentions that she was responsible for securing funding for the Hudson... Guy Hudson? Okay. Okay. Okay, this is the exact same thing. I'm like, is that gonna... Okay, good stuff, good stuff. The Hudson Wing was an expansion to Grandorf Dove, now Grandorf School for the Deaf, first built in 1982. It's a separate, much smaller building, half a block from the main campus, and operates as a smaller independent school that offers free ASL courses for the family members, friends, and caretakers of deaf children. According to their history site, they got their name after the president of the Roottreemania company generously donated $250,000 towards the construction of the building. There's also a very vague history section that you can somewhat fill in with details from the other information you've seen about the school. It mentions that the donation came at the insistence of an employee of Roottreemania at the time. It mentions that she learned ASL from the main school before the Hudson Wing even existed to surprise her future husband, who was deaf. After realising how useful a service this could be to non-deaf people that wish to better serve those with hearing issues, she convinced Roottreemania management to invest in the school. The Hudson Wing opened and she became the first teacher at the new campus. At first it only operated on weekends, but since then it has added afternoon classes on some weekdays. I would love to learn BSL. I'm specifying BSL because I'm in the UK. Why would I learn American Sign Language? Why wouldn't I learn British Sign Language? But yeah, I would absolutely love to learn BSL, but I'm too dyspraxic. I'm not gonna lie, there are some days where I hold a pen and I have to write something and it takes my brain a minute to remember to learn how to write. Not remember to learn how to write, that's really bad English, I do apologise. Remember, like, the movements. I know that sounds really dumb. But it takes my brain a minute to go like, okay, what movement sequence do I need to do to write this word on the page? I can see it in my mind. How do I put that to paper? And then it kicks in after a minute. I go, oh yeah, it's this. Like, I write damn near every day. If I struggle with that, I'm never going to be able to learn VSL. I know that damn well. I'm too dyspraxic. But still, I would love to learn BSL. Okay. But future husband, who was deaf. And it's a Ms. Ford. Yeah, this has to be Susan. How many... So we have a few marriages. This was in 81. Yeah, Christine Garland got fired about here. I'm thinking potentially either of these could be no. This is Sugar Plum. This is Sugar Plum. So I think this is Susan. I think this is Susan right here. Susan Ford. Where am I? Ms. Ford. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe she did marry her future husband. And then they got divorced when the affair came to light, or maybe for other reasons. And you're a... I think that would be teacher. Do we not have... I mean, professor? I'll go with professor. Yeah, headmistress isn't an option. It did say... Let's start with the periodicals. Okay. Grandorf Dove was a school for the deaf near Butler and was regularly listed in articles with other local schools. The Butler County Times archives includes what seems like an endless list of snow cancellations, extracurricular activities, and weekend events that began over 70 years ago and stretched until the last mention in 1990. Among the avalanche of useless information, you almost miraculously discover one useful article. Grandorf Dove was at the centre of a crime article from 1982. It seems that someone defaced the school and vehicles outside of the brand new Hudson wing of the school. There were multiple broken windows, and one of the teachers' cars was painted with profanities and accusations of infidelity. A few weeks later, a follow-up article provides more details. There was one arrest, Thomas Hughes, who was coincidentally a former student at the school. Apparently, the destruction came weeks after he married the school's newest teacher, Mrs. Hughes. She was not a teacher when he went. He graduated a few years earlier. According to the reporter's investigation into the police reports, trials, and restraining orders, Mr. Hughes was convinced that he was not the father of Mrs. Hughes' current pregnancy. He was released on bail, and the school has agreed not to press criminal charges after an agreement was made to pay for the damages and for the couple to begin the divorce proceedings. It seems Thomas Hughes, Mrs. Hughes, and the Hudson wing have all avoided further appearances in the Butler County Times. Okay, so, Thomas Hughes. Thomas Hughes. I think you would... I presume you would be a Ford. I've gone past it. Whoops. Ford. I mean, theoretically... if you are... if you're doing the thing of naming your kids a la 5 Pieces, so we've got caviar and butterscotch, then we have strawberry I mean, she is an interpreter. She knows 5 languages. Maybe she would name her kid an Asian name? Maybe? Can we look up what a shigua is? Shigua is the Chinese word for watermelon. Okay. Okay, thank you. That's very handy. Okay, so watermelon. Did he goat her? There was mention he went China. I Unless Susan Ford is Chinese American. I think we might be looking for an S. Caviar. Yeah, butterscotch. They already... What? Okay, Sharon, Cicely, Sonia, Sterling, Stephen, Stuart, Susan. I'm not just gonna take random guesses, but there we go. Okay. Yeah, so they've divorced in 1982. Here's the question. It's finding the pictures. They're probably... Oh, bastard. They're probably going to be in the Piketty thing, aren't they? They're probably going to be in the Piketty thing. This is... I call bullshit. I call bullshit on it all. Excuse me. My only hope. No. Oh my God. History. I'm gonna go through it because again, it makes me feel better. This is frustrating because I feel like I had a lot more progress when I had a migraine. Maybe I should only play this game when I have a migraine. Maybe if... My thought was if she is the principal, then maybe... I don't think looking up the Hudson wing will lead to anything new, but... Yeah, that's just bringing up this. This is... I feel frustrated. Because I think part of me wonders if there's any point in looking into Guy until I get those pictures. Because I think... I think a lot of this is going to rely on pictures from stuff. Like those candid shots. There was mention of, I swear down there was something about... Could have been here. No. No, because we also have a picture of Zach. There's a picture of Zach that we haven't found. I'm tempted to use the doc. You know, I'm gonna use the doc. 5P's is a musician. It's possible some of his music could be helpful to you. If you say so, Duck. If you say so. Well, I am out of time for this episode, so we will look into that in the next one. So until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. A special thanks to my channel members, such as SM2K, Christopher K. Davis, CGG, and Kevin Bicknell. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.